the 20, 10, 5, Torrey Horton back to the end zone.
28-yard play. Guess who? Body up the middle, making another move to the outside. 15, 10, end zone again.
Keeps it. Nice move by Brown. He's got space. He's got 6. 35-yard touchdown for Byron Brown. A record-setting night for the South Florida quarterback.
Down so far, a little bit of a high snap. Genty right up the middle. Genty has room. Ashton Genty, give him 6.
Second and long. Lagar tries to pin it in. Runnels, it does. Runnels stays up. The Suns offense 4-3 wins. Incredible effort for Royals.
The G5 Hive. All G5, all the time.
Welcome to the G5 Hive Live. We are excited to bring you the G5 college football coverage you love each and every week. I am Luke, and I'm joined by my co-host, Justice. Hey, if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you're watching us on X, please give us a follow, a like, and a retweet. And if you're listening to us in podcast form, please rate and review. And don't forget, G5 Hive merchandise store is now live. Link is in the YouTube video comments, as well as pinned on our X page.
There you go, right there. I just, matter of fact, I just put it on the bottom of the video. So it's, if you want some merch, you can go to that link below. It's on the X page, and it's now in the video comments as well.
We've got a G5 versus P4 matchup in UMass at Mississippi State, Saturday, 4:15 p.m. Eastern kickoff. I don't like UMass's chances. I feel like also Mississippi State might just try to get some guys healthy. But Mississippi State, honestly, has been one of the worst teams in the P4.
I feel like they've been playing better offensively anyway the last week and a half, 2 weeks.
They have been, but I like Mississippi State to be able to pull this one out. What are your thoughts? Yeah,
I agree. Mississippi State's favored by 18.5, over under 59.5. Again, if they're going to hit that over under, it's going to be a lot of points for Mississippi State because I don't know that UMass offense, even though Mississippi State is not good by SEC standards, they still got SEC talent on that defense. So I'm not sure that UMass is, going to be able to score more than maybe like 10 points, if that, against Mississippi State defense.
All right. Well, let's get to our Saturday featured G5 versus G5 matchups. We've got Toledo at Eastern Michigan, Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern. I like Toledo to bounce back in this one. Eastern Michigan hasn't looked great lately, but Mims has been running the ball. He's been touching the ball about 20 times a game, so I figured they're going to be running it. But and Cole Snyder's been running the ball well. So if Toledo can shut down the run, I like their chances. Tucker Gleason, that offense can score with the best of them. The defense has been pretty good. I expect Toledo to bounce back. It's at Eastern Michigan. You're on the gray turf. You're in the parking lot. Give me Toledo Rockets.
Yeah, I think, the loser of this game is pretty much eliminated from MAC championship game, I would say. I think it's going to be a battle, though. Toledo is favored by 8, over under 53.5. But yeah, I lean towards Toledo. But, they could do like they did last week and have too many turnovers. Eastern Michigan beat them. So, whoever wins the turnover battle is probably going to be the winner of the game.
Then we have 12 p.m. Eastern kickoff, Memphis at UTSA. This seems honestly like a trap game for Memphis. Like I said, Memphis has kind of been like this engine that like has a piston that's misfiring. Just kind of depends on how it's going. Memphis 3-1, UTSA 1-3. It's at UTSA. UTSA has been throwing the ball the last 4 weeks, but McCown's
they just blew a game like big time.
Yeah, they were up big, but they've been throwing the ball a lot. It was 50 attempts, 45, 47, and then 50 again. Memphis's defense has been shaky sometimes, and then they almost lose to Charlotte. This is a scary game, and I feel like it's a trap game. Like, I feel like Memphis needs to control the clock here. They need to run the ball and just play solid defense. That's what they need to do. I still like Memphis in this one, but like honestly, if UTSA were to pull this one out, it would not be an upset in my book, but I think in others it would be.
Yeah, I think Memphis wins. Memphis is favored by 7.5. Over under 60.5. Based on the both these teams' offenses, I could potentially see it being a shootout, but I
I
don't
can see
think
fireworks. Yeah.
I don't think UTSA is gonna beat Memphis.
All right, and then we've got Old Dominion at App State Saturday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Just like you had thought at the beginning of the year, Justice, it's 3-1 Sun Belt record ODU against the 1-3 Sun Belt App State. You probably didn't have those flip flopped in your head when the season when everything came out. App State's kind of had a disappointing year. Caden Robinson still looking for his first touchdown of the season at App State.
Yeah, I expect to see the Monarchs run the ball a lot.
ODU
It's favored. They're favored in the game by 2.5.
and they are clicking on all cylinders right now. They're probably playing some of the best football right now, and we saw what Braylon Braxton did just a few weeks ago.
The one thing I am thankful for in this game is it's not the first home game since all the hurricane stuff for Boone in Boone. They had a home game last week against Georgia State, and so I'm glad this isn't that first home game where they kind of get that extra boost in terms of fan support and energy and all that. I expect ODU to win. Billy, if you're looking for a prop bet, I'd be looking at the rushing total for Colton Joseph. I know last week the player prop for Colton I think was 66. They ended up with 69. Not sure what they're if there's going to be one this week or not. But that'd be one I look at. I think Old Dominion just kind of runs all over App State. The two things that haven't been good for App State this year, the App State defense has not been very good this year, and the App State O-line has been pretty bad. And so, hopefully ODU can win and maintain their lead there in the Sun Belt East, or maintain pace. I believe that they're tied with, I think, Marshall and Georgia Southern. Obviously, they own the tiebreaker over the Eagles. Speaking of Marshall, they play UL Monroe. This is going to be a huge game, another huge Sun Belt game, right? Because whoever loses this gets their second loss in the Sun Belt. Even though Monroe is in the West and Marshall is in the Sun Belt East, it still counts as a conference loss. And so this game could also potentially eliminate someone from their respective conference, winning the East or the West. UL Monroe, Marshall is favored by 10.5 in this game at Washington. That seems super high to me. I don't know that Marshall wins this game, and I certainly don't know that I expect them to win it by 10.5. I realize the game's at Marshall. ULM, did not look great against South Alabama. I think South Alabama's offense is a little more capable, a little better than Marshall's. If I was going to bet on this game, I think I'm taking ULM and the points. The over/under is 47.5. You got any thoughts, Luke?
Yeah, I think I would take UL Monroe and the points. Marshall, again, they're a finicky offense as well.
And they blew a 21-point lead with not much time left to Georgia Southern just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you got 3-1 UL Monroe, 2-1 Marshall. Honestly, I think this is going to tell you a lot about UL Monroe is how they bounce back in this game on the road. Honestly, I look for them to win this game. If I'm going to be honest,
I agree. I look for UL Monroe to win the game as well.
Then we have Georgia Southern at South Alabama. This, could be
It's another big
high-scoring-
game, right? Even though it's interconference, interdivisions, it still counts as a conference loss. So again, 2 1 loss teams.
Yeah. So give me a second as I try to find it here.
Georgia Southern did not look great against Old Dominion. Hopefully they can get some of that magic back that they had earlier in the season. They seem like they're going to be playing that quarterback roulette potentially between J.C. French and Dexter Williams III. I know Georgia Southern fans are clamoring for Dexter Williams III. I got to tell you, based on what I saw from him Thursday night, he ain't the answer, in my opinion. I don't know. I mean, if I was them, I'd buy. If I was going to clamor for someone, I think I'd be clamoring for Josh Dallas again. But sometimes if you got 2 or 3 quarterbacks, you don't have one. That's kind of seems like the potential road that Georgia Southern is kind of headed down.
Yeah, and I like South Alabama in this one. They're at home.
They're favored by 6.5.
Yeah, I think I would
take South Alabama. I agree.
All right, and then we have Colorado State at Nevada. Colorado State a sneaky 3-0 Mountain West team against an 0-3 Nevada team there in the Mountain West. I anticipate Colorado State running the ball. I don't know what the over/under is in this, but let's say if it's at, because let's see here, I automatically go to about 55 and a half. They're going to run the ball. Both teams probably going to run the ball. So I'm probably there around 48-ish. I kind of like the under there. I don't think it'll be a very, very high scoring game.
The over/under is 44.5, and Colorado State is only favored by 1.5. So again, what that line tells me is they're expecting Brendan Lewis to play.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Well, that's going to bring us to the end of the show. Come back and join us next week as we discuss what happened in Week 10, as well as look forward to Week 11 of the 2024 season. And as always, we bring you up to date on all the latest news and happenings in the world of G5 college football. If you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're watching us on X, please give us a retweet, a like, and a follow. And if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please subscribe and give those 5-star ratings and reviews. Again, Justice has it. If you're watching us on YouTube, the G5 Hive merch store, you can find all of our stuff there. If you want to support us, go buy some merch, support G5 Hive. Thank you all for your support. Until the next time, we are the G5 Hive.